How to harness the power of learning. For millennia, history and science have taught us that humans not only benefit from but actively pursue opportunities to express themselves during and after times of crisis and adversity. From the Greek tragedies to Shakespearean plays, from the Wailing Wall to the blues, from journaling to art therapy, from dance to cathartic psychotherapy, we have released emotional burdens and perhaps even gained healing from the expression of distress. But more needs to be written about the power of simply giving and receiving information and the power it bestows. People want information in challenging times. Humans are social beings needing interaction. It is true, but even more so, we crave information. Why? Because while we usually fear bad news, we fear most the unknown. Information addresses our fears. Information gives us a sense of connection. Information calms anxiety. But more so, information yields power. The Common English Version of the Bible tells us, "Wisdom brings strength, and knowledge gives power." Proverbs, CVE 24-5-6. In his Meditations sur crave, published in 1597, Sir Francis Bacon famously wrote, "Information itself is power." He boldly asserts all power is derived from information. Communities are built on shared information. The actual practice of coming together and sharing information on matters of importance can be traced back over 3,000 years to the ancient Greek practice of public assemblies at the Agora. Around 150 AD, the Romans continued the practice of public assembly at the Roman Forum as a platform for disseminating information, discussion, and even public debate. The term meeting arose in Old English around the 14th century, but the practice of village gatherings for providing information far predated the word itself. These meetings served not only as the settings for providing the news of the day, but as a platform for sharing critical lessons of life in the form of fairy tales. Everly, 2019. Town hall meetings became a community staple throughout Europe and later the United States and remain a powerful forum for sharing information even today. Internet platforms allow us to come together and share information virtually. Crisis communications. In a crisis, most people seek information and the empowerment derived from it. CDC, 2019, which can be critical before, during, and after emergencies and disasters. Information informs decision-making, and the decisions we make at those times are often most critical in our lives. Those are the decisions most likely to change our future. The mistakes made in times of crisis are those most likely to have catastrophic consequences and echo for a lifetime or more. Making informed decisions and acting upon credible information in times of crisis are imperatives for both ourselves and those whom we wish to protect. Improving your ability to inform in crisis. If, indeed, information is power, how do we best share information? How do we mobilize the power inherent in information? When faced with crisis and adversity, no matter if large or small, research suggests two processes must be engaged for information to be useful and to empower others. 1. Motivation to act upon the information being shared, and 2. Anticipating questions and providing specific, unambiguous details regarding how to act. Motivation to employ information and willingness to act upon it entails 3 steps. 1. Presentation of a need, an existing threat, anticipated adversity, an impending disaster. 2. Presentation of a solution, ways to avoid or mitigate adverse outcomes, even after the event. And 3. Convincing recipients of the information that they can successfully implement the solution, whatever it might be. Witt, 1992. Having motivated others to listen to our message, the second process involves anticipating questions and providing as much detailed and unambiguous information for resilience and empowerment as possible. Everly, 2000. This can be primarily achieved in 4 subsequent steps. 1. Describing the anticipated or currently realized effects of the adversity, physical and psychological. 2. Describing the cause. 3. Describing in specific detail what needs to be done, solution. And 4. describing what needs to be done in the future to prevent similar adversity. Lessons learned. Human beings abhor ambiguity and contradiction. So if, when providing information before, during, or after a crisis, there is a failure to anticipate questions and build in an adequate response, people will tend to fill in the blanks themselves with the worst possible scenarios. They will similarly question the credibility of the source moving forward. The crisis communication challenges surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic are a case in point, but the principles apply to personal communications and public communications by leaders and elected officials. Using an evidence-informed formula for harnessing the power of information in a crisis, such as described, may help take the guesswork out of effective crisis communications and make you a more effective and persuasive communicator at all times. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, remember, change your thinking and you change your life.